Hello, this is Josh from the Comic Book Collecting Quest, and just wanted to say that I will be doing a 50 subscriber giveaway, and this is what will be given away. It's Justice League of America number 62. It's a Silver Ager. I've never done a giveaway before, so bear with me. But it's not, it's in good condition. It's not anything special, but it can be yours for free. And got a little water damage there at the bottom here. Yeah, looks like a great comic. I've never read it, but it looks amazing, and I love this cover. I don't know who did the cover. Yeah. Anyway, that I'm going to give that away at 50 subscribers, free shipping. So I haven't. I'm yet to decide how to do that. I'm just kind of announcing it. So yeah, that could be yours. 50 subscribers. I'm at like 37 or something. So it's taken me like 2 years to get 37. So it might be another 2 years. Just letting you know, whenever 50 rolls around, I'll make a video and tell you to comment, like, and subscribe, and it could be yours. So I was never a fan of like giveaways or anything like that. I didn't think they were stupid or anything. I was just like, I'll never do that. But what changed my opinion was I won a giveaway from Night Tiger Comics. And I've watched his channel for a while now because when I first started watching comic book channels on YouTube, I started by watching specifically one guy. He always had like Marvel wall books, and it was cool, like, because I really wasn't that familiar with all these big books and what people were really going for as far as Marvel goes. But after 20 or 30 episodes of watching him show the same wall book over and over, which he has way more subscribers than I probably ever will have. So there's nothing wrong with, what he's doing. But me personally, I got kind of tired of it. And then I started watching Golden Age channels and got really into that because there's like a lot of Golden Age books. So I really got into those channels. And Night Tiger was one of the like, I think he was like the second channel as far as Golden Age books that I got into, and I've watched a lot. And I've always been shy about commenting. I just never was really into commenting. I don't know. I'm just not a big commenting guy. I'm not on Facebook or anything like that. So commenting on YouTube was like something I never thought I would even do. And then I started kind of doing it recently, as of like 2 months ago. And I'll be darned, I won Jesse James #1 from Night Tiger Comics. So super, super, super happy about it. Thank you, Night Tiger. Yeah, thank you so much. Like I said, I've been a fan of his channel for since 2019, probably, maybe 2020. Either way, for a very long time. And yeah, so my first giveaway that I win is Night Tigers, and it's a Golden Age Jesse James #1. Very happy with this. So that's what kind of inspired me, just how good it felt to win the giveaway. So that's why I'm like, hey, you know what? I'll do this giveaway thing as well, because it's certainly fun, getting them. So I'll yeah, spread the joy, I guess. I can't. I don't really have any Golden Age to give away, but that Justice League, I was trying to think of what I can give away in that Justice League 62, I think will suffice. So, yesterday I was driving my wife around for work. She was working on Labor Day. So I was driving her around, and we were close to my LCS, Comic Book College, here in the Twin Cities. It's in a town called Roseville. And I was like, I'll stop by there really quick. And I told myself I only had like 5 minutes because I had to get back to my wife. And I had my kid with me too. So that was kind of hectic. But anyway, so stopped in there and didn't have much time at all. But went straight for the Western section and saw this Gunsmoke number 7. And it's from the first Dell series. I'm kind of confused about exactly what happened with the Gunsmoke title, because Dell had at least 2 that I know of, Gunsmokes in its 4-color series, and then it did this a lot with other series. It had its own Gunsmoke series as well, and this is from 1958, so I think that would have been like season 2 or 3 of Gunsmoke. He's wearing that because in like season 2 he kind of like wore a different outfit. Season 1 and 2, and then they were like 30-minute shows, and then they went to the 1-hour shows, and I think that would have been in 1958 when they went to the 1-hour shows, but I'm not 100% sure. I love Gunsmoke, big fan. It's one of my favorite shows. I really just got into it like 2 or 3 years ago, but I've seen almost all of them. So this, yeah, okay. So I think I only have like 3 or 4 of the Gunsmoke comics, but there's not many, and that's a run that I want to So yeah, so then there was like the Gunsmoke 4 colors, and then this series, it was just Gunsmoke Dell, and then Gold Key, which was still the same publisher, Western Publishing. Gold Key did a Gunsmoke series as well. So that was fun. I don't know what I did with my rating paper, but I think I remember. So now I'll do some comic reviews, because that's all I've got for a haul, 2 books. So I'll do some comic reviews here. I was trying to find my sheet that I made, but I think I had, I think it was like outstanding, good, okay, bad, and terrible. So I'll grade these the same. This is Goofy, super rough. This is Dell 4-color 1053 Walt Disney's Goofy. And it looks like it's from 1959. Yep, November to January 1960. So probably 1959. It's in horrible shape. But yeah, so this was like a little Western story here. Goofy goes and visits his cousin, who's, one of the fastest guns in the West, and he's a sheriff. And his cousin has to go chase Black Pete or something. Trying to remember what Pete's name exactly is in this. But anyway, he has to go chase the Pete character. And then he has Goofy stand in for him and wear a mustache. And that will show everybody that he is his cousin. And then a mean senior comes to town, and he's better with the gun than Goofy is. So Goofy gets chased out of town and has to go locate his cousin, then helps his cousin capture Pete once again. And then his cousin comes back to town and settles the score. And happy ending. And then, and this was this? Yeah, this was a good story. This is Goofy goes with this captain to this island to retrieve a buried treasure, but the island is got like a Loch Ness monster, a sea monster guarding it. And then Goofy discovers that the sea monster was only protecting its egg, and all's well as ends well, and Goofy gives a boat to the sea monster to eat. And this was his story where Goofy, he's really dumb, but then he has this brilliant nephew who, sorry, I'm trying to keep it straight there. This brilliant nephew who makes this, computerized hat that makes Goofy smart. He goes and becomes a chemist, and then he takes his hat off and he's dumb again. And then he becomes an errand boy for the lab. And then this outlaw tries to steal a secret formula or something. And then Goofy, through his stupidity, ends up saving the day. This is a Goofy and Mickey story. They're just cleaning up Goofy's yard, and Goofy's neighbors hate him. And he mows his yard, but then he has this strange statue. And then everybody hates the statue, but then at the end they find out the statue's worth a lot of money. And so he sells it because it's a rare statue, and buys a soda bar. Sodas must have been friggin', these soda bars must have been just the absolute most cool thing in the 50s, because so many stories I read from the Golden Age and early Silver Age involve soda jerks and, soda shops. By the time, I came along, I was born in 84, so, my first memories are probably 87, 88. The soda, and I grew up in rural southern Missouri too, so there was definitely not a soda shop around there. But yeah, so I guess by my time the soda shop was gone. And my daughter stepped on this, and it's super brittle already. And my daughter stepped on it to add to the damage. So, but yeah, once again, I read this to my daughter, and my wife listened, and I don't think they really enjoyed it that much. I liked it. I'll give it a good rating. Yeah, it was good. All right, well, I'll give it a good. Yeah, it was good. Oh my God, I'll have to just put it in the bag later, because I'm going to have to put it in there piece by piece. And then this was something I read to myself. I rarely get to read to myself, because anytime I read, it seems like I have to read to my daughter. Not complaining. Just with this go-around, most of the books I'm showing, except for this one, are ones that I read to my daughter. So this one's Nightwing 115. Came out, I don't know, a month or two ago. And it's part of the Heartless storyline. I think they're wrapping up the Heartless storyline. So Heartless sets this, they're like at a gala, benefit for the Alfred Pennyworth Foundation. Heartless sets it on fire to trap Dick Grayson, and yeah.
Do you still have cucumber?
I don't know. I'll have to go look.
Write that down.
All right. My wife has wanted me to go to the garden to see if I have cucumber. I don't think I do. So he captures Dick Grayson. Dick Grayson has some flashbacks. There's Bruce. Bruce Wayne's wanting to know what's going on. And then they rig it up to frame Dick Grayson, that he's... and then here, they find out that Dick Grayson is Nightwing. And that's, Tony... I can't remember his name now. Oh, Zuko. And I think he's the one that killed Dick Grayson's parents. At least he was in Batman the Animated Series. So anyway. So now he frames Dick Grayson as Heartless. And he kills a reporter. And now Dick Grayson is accused of being Heartless. And he is on the run. Sorry. I actually read 116. I messed up there, but oh well. I did read 116. But I didn't bring it down here with me. And last night, my daughter was having a hard time going to sleep, so I read her 3 comic books. So the next 3. Oh, and that one... I'll say it was good. I really like the Tom Taylor writing and the... oh my God, that goofy book is coming apart. This Redondo guy, I don't know his first name, but he's a really good artist and he is fun. He makes some, like, Nightwing there for a bit had the coolest covers, I thought, out of superhero books anyway. So this one is Dell, Walt Disney's Mickey Mouse from, this is Walt Disney's Mickey Mouse number 73 from 1960. Just like Goofy, it is in horrible shape. Somebody tried to did staple it to try to save it a little bit. I won't be getting this graded anytime soon. Somebody gave Mickey a unibrow and a mustache. And this is, Mickey and Goofy go to a resort that Goofy had booked, but he booked it, I guess he said that he sent the money in the mail or something like that. I don't know if that's how you booked resorts in the late 50s, early 60s. You just sent this resort money and then showed up. I don't know. But so come to find out, the resort is now haunted and nobody wants to stay there. It's empty. So now Mickey and Goofy say, we are going to get to the bottom of this. And then the ghost shows up. And then Goofy finds that the ghost has footprints, follows the footprints. And then they warn the proprietor by shooting mops at her through a cannon to warn the police that they have solved the mystery. And now we have the ghost reveals himself. Mickey takes down the ghost. And, they save the day. Not through stupidity, but through their smarts. And then this one was good too. This was shark bait. Like Mickey's super tired and he takes his nephews to the beach and then he abandons his nephews, rents a raft and crashes out and is listening to the radio and falls asleep. And a shark gets tangled up and his anchor rope from his little raft, and they have to save Mickey. So this is Little Bad Wolf, Big D Daddy. This kid, I guess his dad's kind of a layabout. So the kid's trying to get his dad to get his act together and go do something heroic. And his dad only screws up everything. And then this last one is Walt Disney's Mickey Mouse Rainbow Runaround. Mickey tries to teach the boys how to be frugal because they're chasing a pot of gold at the end of a rainbow. So Mickey puts some change at the end of the rainbow, and they find it, and they put it in the bank. And he's glad they've learned their lesson. And meanwhile, Mickey, for some reason, meets some hobos in a rainstorm and invites them to his house. Tells them to clean up, and just like any hobo would, they run from a hard day's work. And Mickey finds that he left his wallet and has to go back and retrieve his wallet. And at the end here, you can enter Donald Duck's contest to win a trip to Disneyland. First prizes. There's 40 first prizes. And you can fly with TWA, the Boeing 707, back when Boeing was a great company. Also, when TWA was a company. And, you could stay at Disney Hotel. And I actually read that whole thing. It was 3 days, 1 day in Disneyland, 1 day at the Walt Disney Studios, which that would have been awesome in 1960. And then 1 day to just roam around. And then you got $25 in spending money, which back then was, decent, especially for a kid. That was decent. And we have some most popular prizes for you. The Junior Sales Club of America. The biggest scam of all time. Oh, no. I don't know. I always hated those in school when they would always, here, sell these. I never did. I'm not going to bug my neighbors to buy crap so the school can, whatever. No, I'm not going to do that. You want me to sell a candy bar? Whatever. No, I'm not doing that. And I love sales. I'm all about sales, but I'm not all about going to my neighbor's house who I don't really know and bug them to buy something from me. Especially when I was a kid. Why would they? Here, kid, roam about the streets of your town trying to sell stuff. Somebody's going to get hurt. This is Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? 122. This is from the modern series. It's DC. My kid loves these. So does my wife, actually. So I try to pick these up. They're kind of expensive. I mean, this wasn't expensive. It was $3. But it's so hard to find them for cheap on, in comic book shops or eBay or anywhere like that. I mean, they're not $1 bin book. This one was about a pan during a concert recital. And, so the pan is up to no good. And so the gang, Mystery Inc., has to stop them. And they do. And it turns out to be a politician who was mad that they were the concert was taking up the convention hall where he wanted to run some sort of political ceremony. Yeah. The stories, there's 2 stories per book. And they're good. They're great, especially for a 3-year-old. My kid loves them. So, I mean, they're not that sophisticated. They wrap them. They introduce characters and introduce the scenario and wrap it up quite quickly. This one was Monsters of Rock, which was like a death metal band. And then a ghost shows up and scares the death metal band. And the death metal band ends up breaking up out of fear. And then they find out that the ghost is really not a ghost. It's just a musician that is no longer popular. And he was jealous of that death metal band getting all the attention. But at the ending, happy ending, they were fans of the this ghost, alleged ghost, so he gets to rock out with them. And that is it for that one. I remember in school that all the teachers, I'm talking when I'm in like first or second grade, they would always tell us, you need to read a book, but then they would specify, don't be reading comic books. And I think they were still part of that generation of, that was frightened by Wortham. So I read these comic books to my daughter, and I just wonder if people are just disgusted that a dad is, reading his daughter comic books. I did hear that comic books will make you smart, so I don't know. Maybe they'll make her smart. We'll see. This is Scooby-Doo, Where Are You 120. I should have showed this one first. My bad. Oh, and that last one, that was good. I love these. I love these Scooby-Doos. They don't steer me wrong. And that Mickey, I'll say that was good too. I forgot to give the reviews, but yeah. So everything I'm showing tonight, spoiler, is good. Maybe the Goofy I would do okay, but I'll give it a good. I don't want to hate on Goofy too much. My daughter didn't like the Goofy. She didn't like the Mickey either. I think she's hooked on the Scooby-Doo, but it's hard for me to find these. So this is a genie, or they call it a djinn, and this is like an antique roadshow, and there's an auction at the end of the antique roadshow, and come to find out the genie has been stealing people's things, artifacts, things they were going to auction off, and he was going to steal them and sell them himself, and come to find out. Oops. Well, anyway, I don't know who. I don't know who the guy was. Anyway, somebody who was stealing stuff, but now he's going to jail. There was a Jordan jersey and a Lionel Messi jersey. And then the next story here is "Give Me a Ring," and it's a zombie curse. So it's the ring of Marie Laveau, and two archaeologists find it, and one of them puts it on, becomes a zombie, and Scooby and Shaggy, are frightened, of course. Shaggy and Scooby mistakenly eat a bunch of Cajun food, and it's so hot that they breathe fire and slow the zombie down. Classic, the zombie trips and falls into a bass drum because they were having a While the Saints Go Marching parade. And coming to find out it is the other archaeologist, and he knew that that ring was worth a lot, so he tried to frighten his partner away. The end. So yeah, all these were good. I rate as good. My daughter, my wife, both love these Scooby-Doos. I want to go to a Comic-Con. I don't know if I will be able to. I have so many expenses this month, but there's a Comic-Con in the town next to me, in the Twin Cities, this Saturday, and I think I'm going to go. And I love these Comic-Cons, but it seems like it's always just like Marvel and DC. It's so hard to find any other titles there, but I want to go there and try to find some other Scooby-Doo. I don't know if they're going to have any. I seriously doubt they'll have any, but I'll look. I don't know if I'll get anything for myself. I'll probably just look for Scooby-Doo stuff and see what I come up with. Hopefully I can find some cheap Scooby-Doo. I know that there was, obviously there was the Gold Key Scooby-Doos, but those are pretty pricey. And then I think there were some Charlton Scooby-Doos. And then I know, obviously, there's 122, or I think there's 100, I think they're on issue 128 issues of the Scooby-Doo Where Are You DC series. So I'll look for some of those. And then they have a Batman and Scooby-Doo mysteries, which is good as well. So Anyway, I'm going to go look for Scooby-Doo at this Comic-Con this weekend and see what I come up with. But, yeah, so until then, keep on collecting.